You are now listening to The Ace. That stands for Astra and Cynthia Experience. So you're asking yourself, what kind of experience are you going to get? Well, buckle up, because this ride that you're about to encounter will... I'll let you see where it goes. Here they are now, Astra and Cynthia, The Ace.
So coming up on the show, we've got our 5 news bites of the week, including the Brian Laundrie autopsy update, the crazy power that Adele has over people, our topic of the day, which is going to be dealing with singles and dating. And we're also going to talk about some of the biggest mistakes that men make during sex. You're not going to want to miss that. But first, let's cheers to a great show.
Cheers, guys.
Woo! Now, we took off last week. We got to catch everyone up with what went on over the past week and a half.
Yeah, week and a half. Wait, let me just think really quick. It wasn't your birthday. No, that was like 2 weeks ago.
That is what we got to talk about. Hello, because we skipped after the birthday. We haven't told everybody what happened.
I know. Well, can you remind me?
Okay, so after we told everybody last time about the things that you and I did, the Broadway show and the drag show, following weekend, we had, well, actually, let me back it up. On my actual birthday, I went out with my friend Jude and my friend Inez, and we went to Brooklyn to Williamsburg to an awesome spot. So that was amazing on the actual day. Then on Saturday, it was girls' night with you ladies.
Oh, yes, of course, at Hut and Fish.
Yes.
A special dinner. And Astra finally got, so people who don't know, Hut and Fish is a very exclusive restaurant in Manhattan. And for VIPs and celebrities, they're given an engraved knife. So like, for example, like Derek Jeter has one, A-Rod, actors like Leonardo DiCaprio and all of them. So Astra got presented her VIP engraved knife. So
I love it. Big shout out to Nelson and Tina for that one. That was so amazing. So kind of them. So if anybody ever goes to Hunt and Fish, what I'm asking you to do is go to the knife wall, find it, take a picture next to it, and I'll put it up on my Instagram page.
Can't wait to get mine.
Nelson. You got to go there way more than I've been going.
I know.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, so that was that. And then we ended up going to Pergola.
Yes.
Big
shout out to Zizzo and Mo for always taking care of us, getting us the best seat in the house. Thank you so much, Pergola, Zizzo, Mo.
Yep. I love everybody. Big shout out to everybody who showed me love on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for letting me get another year younger. Oh, wait. And of course, this one I forgot. Party in Box.
Oh, yes.
I have it sitting there because it's like, first of all, big shout out to Shelly and Party in Box, because on my actual birthday, she sent me that box. In that box, it's the Chanel inspired box. So I got some really cool Chanel stuff in there. I got a cake. Oh my gosh. It was actually one of my faves.
Amazing.
It was one of my faves. I'm still in shock over it. So thank you, Shelly.
Woo!
Well, let's get this show on the road and we're going to kick into our news bites. So Brian Laundrie, brace yourselves. He died of gunshot wound to the head. And that's what the final autopsy revealed, that the matter of death was suicide. My question is, didn't they just only find teeth? How did they determine that?
I think, I think they kind of knew. I don't know what the reasoning is why they kept it. I really feel like they kind of knew in some way already back when they found that, because how do you not know gunshot to the head? It's pretty obvious, right?
I'm saying they didn't even find a body. So without a body, how do you have that type of definition of death based off of teeth? That's just not what I'm understanding right now.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is still,
fishy.
I don't believe any of it. Do I think he's still alive? Maybe, but I don't believe the stories that are given to us.
Agreed.
Put it that way.
I think he's still potentially alive. And also, if you notice, the news has not been talking about it for a couple of weeks now. It's almost like it just disappeared. And now all of a sudden they're like, let's just let them know something. As if we forgot the fact that you didn't find a body. Sorry. So that's why I'm a little like, But anyway, moving on. Britney Spears finally free from her conservatorship after all this time.
13 years.
Jeez Louise, God bless her. She could finally move on. She's looking to, obviously she's engaged. She's looking to get married, have babies. Her man is so hot. And she's lucky.
Of course, Astra loves that GQ look, Model S type.
I gotta blow up my spot though. Listen,
all you single guys who are GQ out there, hit her up on the Astra on the air.
Or if you have a great personality and you can make me laugh and you're not insecure or jealous.
You can't be insecure. You can't be cheap. Well, I those are mine. What are yours? I mean, we've talked about it.
Yeah, you can't be cheap. I mean, who wants to cheap?
You have to be a good guy, okay?
Yeah. And you know what? There's not too many left out there. I'm sorry to say. We're going to get into all that later. Keeping it moving on the news bites. Iman Shumpert made history last night. He was actually the first NBA star to win the Mirrorball Trophy. Season 30, Dancing with the Stars. I am so excited about that because the crazy thing is I swore that it was going to be JoJo Siwa.
So did everybody else. Everybody, they were talking about it in Nick Cannon show today and Wendy Williams. Everybody thought it was going to be her, but he definitely he said he's a very competitive person. And also remember, he is married to Tiana Taylor, which if those who don't know, she is all around talented woman, entrepreneur, dancer. And she's a very good dancer, very good. So I'm sure she got some tips gave her husband, her hubby, but they're awesome. I love them together. Their show's awesome. I'm happy for him. And not to mention 2016, he won his champion trophy in the NBA. So now he has a dancing trophy and a basketball trophy, which is pretty cool.
That's crazy. And he also put, he put the sports on the map for Dancing with the Stars. There's been no sports player that's ever won. So he's the first one to do it. Super excited about that one.
So congrats to you.
Yeah, congrats. Keep that dancing going. Maybe, I don't know, maybe him and Tiana Taylor will do something. That'd be pretty cool.
Exactly.
She's probably super proud of him for sure. So moving on, Adele reportedly walked out on an Australian TV host who flew 10,000 miles to interview her, part of a $725,000 deal, because he did not listen to her album. The whole purpose when you're interviewing Adele and her new album just came out, the whole purpose of doing that interview is to cover the goddamn album. What an idiot. Even if you skim through it, even if he lied, he knows a couple of the popular songs. So
I think that was a big mistake on his part. You interview celebrities all the time, and there's times that you don't know some of them.
Yes,
and you have to.
I have to do research, and that's the thing. Even if you did not listen to the album, you can still go find the playlist. You can still bring up certain titles of songs that you see in your research are the most talked about songs. If you're a good interviewer, you can cover your own ass, and that just shows that he's an idiot.
Of course. And even like people who do daytime TV podcasts, like you guys think that we know everything. Like we have to do our research and we have to read, because we're going to be talking about it. So that definitely was, he wasn't a rookie. So
no. And it says he got
shame
suspended
on
for
you.
2 weeks.
Shame on you, Matt Doran.
Listen. The reason why he got suspended, I can say, is because Adele is the biggest superstar in the world right now. And for you to not have done a lick of research to talk about her new album, which everyone is talking about. This is why some people do not deserve the jobs they have.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I can't. But you know what? Good for you, Adele. Good for you. Next time you want to do an interview, you come to me. We'll talk about 30. We'll talk about those songs. We'll talk about everything. We'll talk about that divorce, and we'll talk about that new love. And we'll talk about being with Oprah, because I want to know what that was like too.
I know. That would be my goal. That would be like my bucket list, to be interviewed by Oprah one day.
Or what if we could just interview Oprah? Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
The interviewer doing the interviewing of the interview. Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to our fifth news bite of the day. There's a new dating app called Pure, and apparently the motto of it is where anything goes. And this woman who's on it said that she found that she was a lot more desirable than she thought she was, and that the guys seem to be enjoying her and her witty banter. Now, the site is mostly for heterosexuals seeking a casual sexual relationship. And they want to offer interesting dating opportunities, but it prides itself as a site where all fetishes are welcome, but shame is not. Now, first and foremost, I have not heard about Pure. Have you?
No.
I've never even heard anyone talk about it. This is the first time I'm hearing of it.
It was definitely my first time hearing it. But like it said, it's supposed to be, I guess, for when you want to get straight to the point, like hookups, you know, and Tinder used to be like that. I never was on Tinder, but you get mixed reviews because I know someone that met someone on Tinder and got married and is happily married, you know, has the perfect house, perfect dogs, you know. So I think it kind of transitioned into a regular, because Tinder used to be like hookup site. Mm-hmm. And I think it started transitioning into more of a, you know, relationship trying to date.
But see, going back to Pure, I don't like the title because pure to me sounds like someone who's good.
Yeah, like Christian.
Yeah, like I'm looking for a pure person who's wearing their purity ring. So where does pure mean? Hey, anything goes. Whatever you want, we'll do it with you. Like,
and it's basically fetishes are all welcome. Like, you know, so maybe it's pure meaning like whatever you feel, whatever you know, like, I don't know.
We're purely messing with your head. We purely want you to think that you're being good, but you're being bad. Like, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Well, of course, talking about dating apps, that now is going to lead into our topic of the day. So listen up. When you're single, question is, are you better off meeting someone through a dating app, through a friend, or when you're just out and about? What do you think about that?
Well, I think we're in a different, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, I would have never said dating apps because I was one of the last persons to join dating apps. I was against them. Even when my cousin she's super old school. She met someone at Match.com and she ended up marrying him. But I joined, I want to say like 2 years ago, because I was like, it's just hard, especially in Long Island. I feel like I know everybody. And I'm like, maybe I just need to like get out of the circle. I think it's also out of luck. I used to want to meet someone naturally, but again, I feel like everybody knows me out here in Long Island. That's why I kind of did it.
See, so, and that's why I left Long Island, because I felt like everywhere I'm going, I keep seeing the same people. And if I wanted to date someone, I would have been dating them. So to me, Long Island is a smaller pool of people, which is why I'm in the city. Not that it's any better out here, because New York City is one of the hardest cities to date in, for sure. But it does give you a better chance of meeting people. The only problem is the people you're meeting sometimes aren't from here. A lot of them are tourists. So right there, how are you going to have a relationship with somebody who doesn't even live in the state?
But I do have to say, they used to call me Miss Matchmaker. I've matched a lot of my friends. Like,
but you haven't matched me.
I've tried, but you know, sometimes I've tried, yes, but she never likes any of them.
The lies that Cynthia tells.
And I try to hook up all my friends, and listen, that's the most I could do. Give you a guy, see if, you know, it's your type or not. And
I'm waiting to see the guy. I haven't seen one come across.
No, that's not true. You're like, no, that's not, I don't like that one. That's not my type. All right, well, I'm trying.
Well, that's not a good matchmaker. You're supposed to listen to my needs, wants, and desires and find that.
It's not always about the outside. It's about the inside.
Let me line up all of my ex-boyfriends and you could damn well see that. Okay? Let's be honest. Embarrassing. I lower my standards and I still go through the shit. Stop. Don't get me started on that. We're not making this about my horrible life.
Just but as far as through a friend, I think through a friend would be the best way, because they would know a little bit about him or her.
Yes and no, because here's the thing, if it doesn't work out, then are you mad at the friend for hooking you up, or does the friend feel weird because they hooked you up with somebody that they're friends with? Now who does the friend choose to be friends with? You know, it could get a little weird.
Yeah, that's true. So honestly, I think it's like just out of luck. I think, and lately the luck is not looking too good. The pot of luck. And
that pot of gold is pretty empty.
Where's the leprechaun?
The leprechaun is long gone. That leprechaun left when COVID came.
Oh my God. Seriously. Oh my God. That's right. Did we even celebrate St. Patrick's Day last year? No. No.
Didn't
'cause
celebrate
that's when-
anything.
yeah, that's when COVID happened. March. Oh my God.
Yeah, we didn't celebrate anything.
Oh
Man,
God.
oh man. But yeah, so dating, it's just gotten to be so bad. And everyone that I know who's single always is like, why is dating so horrible? And at first, we think, could it be us? But I mean, if you're on TikTok like I am, and I know I talk about it all the time, there are so many people that have the same stories as we do that I'm almost like, I've come to realize that with so many people that are single, it's got to come down to one thing: the fact that nobody wants to settle because they're afraid that if they do, they're going to miss out on the next best thing. And that's because of social media.
Yes. And that goes to our next
But
question.
I'm saying, tying this whole thing in, that's the way I see that it is, because you'll meet someone that you really like, but you're always going to keep your eye open for something that might be better.
I also think nobody wants to be in a committed relationship anymore. I think ever since social media, I think everyone thinks there's so many options, but in reality, just because you might see 10 hot girls or 10 hot guys in the pictures doesn't mean either that person wants you, or it doesn't mean that guy, let's just say a girl talks to a guy and then they leave the guy because this guy now has Ferraris, or this guy is popping more bottles at the club, or this guy, just because it's visual. They're seeing all these, but half the time, these
bullshit.
guys are just
It's
bullshit.
fake.
It's fake. Like, they're still like, living in their grandma's apartment, like,
Yep. Living in their basement apartment with the parents upstairs. And it's like, you're not even on your own. There's that. And then also through a photo, this is another problem. And it's maybe a problem that I'll admit that I have. When you're on these dating apps and you see a picture of someone, I bet you that I have probably swiped left on many great candidates, but because they don't photograph well and I'm not initially attracted, if I would have met them in person, things may have been way different, because I would have had their personality in front of me. We've been having a conversation. Once you start to talk to someone and see what they're all about, you actually hear their voice. That can entice you to want to know more. But looking on just a photo, you don't know anything about this person.
Yeah, I know. I agree with what you're saying. But like when I used to be on the dating apps, believe it or not, because I know what you're saying, like, listen, a lot of guys aren't good picture takers. They're just not, you know what I'm saying? Just in general, a lot of people aren't. I mean, we were blessed, but no. No, but I feel like, well, me personally, I even gave chances to the ones that weren't really even attractive, because I'm so big on personality. I was like, I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose. Like,
and that's where you and I differ, because I
Yes.
don't have the ability to just go out with someone just for the sake of going out. Like, you're like, just go meet them, maybe make a new friend. No, I don't have time to make a new friend, and I don't want a new friend. I want a
well, I
boyfriend
wasn't really doing it to make a friend.
or networking. I don't care for that. You know what? I will network with the people that I choose to network with. I don't want to network off a dating app, and I don't want to go out with someone just for the sake of going. It's like, there are girls out there too that I know that are like, oh, just go out, because you can go out and a guy will take you out every night. I will cook and feed myself before going out with someone that I know I'm not interested in. If I am interested in you, I'll go out with you. I will not waste my time going out with somebody.
There was guys that I was not attracted to their picture, and I ended up liking them. I went away, like we had such a great time, and he was not even good looking in the picture. And then we just so clicked in person.
You're like more open to that than I am. Like, and not saying I'm shallow whatsoever, but besides the personality, I need some sort of a physical connection. So that's why these dating apps don't really help me out, because they might look better in person and I'm negating them by going left, and their personality might be incredible, but I don't know that from a picture. So left they go.
So left goes your husband.
I have probably swiped on many husbands, many boyfriends. Like this, I don't like this new way of doing it. And you know what? Ever since social media started, when the friend finder days, MySpace, all of that, people utilize that to meet people. I mean, I met an ex-boyfriend on Facebook, and now it's like people are on Instagram sliding in the DMs. Like that's just what they do. And then I don't know. I can't be part of it. I just can't do it.
Well, I feel also since the whole dating apps and social media, I feel like now guys are more, I say guys because guys tend to cheat more, get caught more, but like I feel like now they're more cautious. Like if someone's out, they're at a party and someone's filming, they're like, don't put me in, because it's now grounds to get caught.
Yes.
Yes. And they won't have, you could be in someone's video that's not even has nothing association. They could be like the table next to you.
Yep. And and not to give out secrets, but obviously, us women are the FBI and CIA in one. The things that these women who are in relationships will do, men, listen up. If you tell them you're going somewhere, even if you're not asking to be filmed, the person who you're dating is going to go to that profile page, like the location status, and look at everybody's videos that were filmed that night and look for you in the background. And that's when you might get your ass caught. And most of the time, that's how it happens.
Yes. And we find you. We find you.
And I'm not trying to give out all the secrets. And I know a lot of girls are probably like, why are you telling them? But you know what? An idiot can figure that out. That's why. And if these dum-dums don't know, well, then they better be careful. Like, that's why it's like anytime you see someone with a camera out, you don't know who might be seeing that video and where that video is going.
Exactly.
And you don't know that person to be like, oh,
I know honestly, when I'm out to dinner, whether it doesn't matter who I'm with, but like, I'll see like the table next to me, like they're like taping, they're not taping the people they're with. I'm like, are they taping me? Like I get like, and I'm not even doing nothing wrong. I'm like, why are they taping me? Or they who are they taping? And sometimes depending how drunk I am, I'll get mad and be like, are you taping me? But it's just like, you never know. Just people are just point is be careful.
Careful. And we have one more question about this. What is harder for singles? Now we're talking you singles, okay? To be older and to never have been married, or to have been divorced multiple times, or even once at least, Do you think it's worse to be older and never been married? Because here's the thing. A lot of people will say yes, because they feel like the older you get, if you haven't been married, there must be something wrong with you.
I hate that. I hate that expression. I'm like,
sorry, my hair.
People say that more now. They're like, there must be something wrong with you. Like, and if they don't say it, I know they're thinking it. Like,
because when they ask the question, like, oh, have you ever been married? Do you have any kids? And you're like, no. They're like, they give you the look like, okay, why?
In my head, I'm like, something must be wrong with your vagina. Or if it's a guy, what does he have, a small dick?
No, they're like, why hasn't anyone wifed you up?
Yeah, like, so it's, whether if it's for a guy or a girl, it's like the other person must, like, it must be that, or it must be like they suck in the sack, or they're poor, or it's something. Right away, they assume.
The blame is always on you, but can they ever take a step back and realize that maybe you just realize that
you got wiser. You got wiser with the age.
Yeah, but the choices you were making, you were actually smart enough to get out of what you were in, because otherwise you'd be a statistic just like them.
Exactly. Or even, obviously if things didn't work out in the past and now you're just like, sometimes if it was that easy to find someone, everybody would be fucking married. You know what I'm saying?
And if everyone was happy to be married, because clearly they're not.
And think about it. Let me tell you something. I know a lot of people, I have a lot of guy friends, and out of 100%, about 70% of them, maybe 80, are not happy.
Of course.
It's just the ugly truth. It is the truth. And, but I don't want to be that statistic. Like I'd rather be alone than be with the wrong person. I've made my mistakes, plenty of mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So have you.
But you want to know the two mistakes we haven't made? The two mistakes we have not made was getting married and having kids. We didn't make those mistakes yet because we're doing that with the right person. And everyone else could be upset at that because they'll be like, oh, there must be something wrong with you. You're getting older. No one wants you. No, everyone wants us. We don't want everyone. And we also don't want to make the mistake you made. And don't be upset because you made that mistake and we didn't.
Bam.
Bye.
Bye, bitches.
Boom. I'm just telling it like it is. I'm sorry, but I had to just say that.
No, it's true. And sometimes people who are in the situation, they're like, I know they're getting mad hearing this, but unfortunately the truth hurts. Okay.
It does. They can't handle
listen,
it.
I've made many mistakes in my past, a lot of like the guys I've chosen. Like, I don't regret it because again, it made me that much wiser what not to ever be more specific and choosy, not believe the fucking bullshit, but made me smarter and stronger. And now I know what I want. I have myself together now. I have my shit together, just overall. So that, and the same thing with you, we're smart now. So when the guy, we marry, that's it. It's most likely
game over. Game over. Because at the end of the day, if you think back to the people that you were with, if you had gotten married to any of them,
oh my God,
would you still be with them at this point?
Hell, motherfucking no.
Exactly. But look at all the people that are in relationships that are either divorced or, like we say, miserable, and they're stepping out on their relationship.
That's what I'm saying.
And you know why? Because they didn't have the opportunity to date as long as we've been, or to be in relationships as long as we have, and experience the things we've experienced. So instead, they've experienced all of this with one person that they're about to snap.
They got married.
They're about to snap, but we actually snapped sooner than they did. So that's why we didn't fall into that same trap.
Yeah. And also a lot of them either had got married because of family, because they felt bad they did, or they were together for a certain amount of, so long, but one thing, and I tell everybody, so when you guys read my book, the
New York Times bestseller,
the best decision I could have ever made is not getting married young. And back then, of course, I wasn't thinking that. I wanted my picket fence, my German Shepherd, my little kitchen dancing, to Gloria Stefan, hitting the chopsticks now. But I am so happy I did not. Even my mother is old school, super old school. And, she tells me till this day, she's like, marry someone older than you, Cynthia, like way older, not way older, but like no, like 10, 15 years, because, a lot of these men still in their 40s and still don't know what they want, like even in their 50s.
Yep.
So you want someone that not only is obviously, already established in their job, it's nothing to do even with that, just established in their mind.
Somebody who actually wants to love.
You've lived, exactly.
That's what
and that's the problem. Most of these men or women, they're all over the place. They're all over the place.
And they don't know what love is. They don't know how to receive it or how to give it. And that's always a problem. But once they actually do meet that person that brings that happiness, joy, excitement, that feeling that you don't ever really feel, that's when you know it's real. And those are the people you need to hold on to. Those are the ones that are your match, And because think about this. Think about the people you've dated. Not all of them have you felt a certain connection with as you have with others.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually, those are things you and I can actually do. We can actually weigh out each relationship and kind of see well, I was really into this guy, but he was all right. You just know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I could probably pick one person out of all the people I've dated that is actually potential, and they definitely have to be your best friend,
Absolutely.
They definitely have to be your best friend. And whoever, I end up marrying is that's going to be my partner who I grow with, meaning I grow my business with, we start new businesses. He's going to be there when I'm crying about could be anything, just pick me up. He needs to be my rock as well as I'm going to be his rock. It's not about, listen, we're going to have fun, but at the end of the day, our looks are going to fade, honey. Even if we get some
talk about
plastic
yourself.
surgery,
I'm going to be like J-Lo.
I know I'm going to be like J-Lo too, but I'm just saying, like,
But not everybody ages well.
no, and it has to be like that deep connection. And people worry. Listen, and I'm a vain person. Don't get it twisted. You know, I take care of myself, but at the end, my partner, like, it's gonna be my rock, like through thick and thin. Like, he's gonna see the bad, the ugly, the truth, and that's it. And he has to accept you for all your flaws. And
Yep.
you know, it's hard. Listen, I'm not saying it's easy to find someone.
You know what I want? I want the Courtney Travis intertwine your body with the person because you love them that much. Like, I want to climb. You know how you sometimes you're like, I want to climb inside his body.
I've
like,
had
that's
that.
what I want.
Okay,
Yes.
I've
had it.
I've had that, but I don't know if I really would want that now. Yes, in you know, beneath like closed doors, behind closed doors, but like, I don't know. I think that would be too much. Like,
I mean, I'm not saying I want a PDA like them. I'm just saying I want that type.
Because I did that like back when I was in my 20s, but like, say like, you know, I'm in my 30s, 40s, like the way I think they're doing it more too. Listen, they love each other, you can tell, but I think it's more now like that's their thing. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I get it. But you know, there are couples out there that are just so like you could just see and feel the love. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying I want to be putting on a show like that. No.
yeah.
I want to look at that person every time they walk in the door, and I want to just jump on them and
Oh,
like,
of course, yes. No.
And then when
I
we're
agree.
sitting on the couch, like I want to be like on their shoulder. And
Well, that's
hugging them.
different. Yeah, that's different.
But there are relationships where you're sitting on two ends of the couch, where you're sleeping in different beds, where you're not even communicating, where you're, you know, like where you barely text or talk. I mean, I don't want that. I don't want somebody that I see and I'm like, hey, good night. I don't want that.
Yeah, no, definitely not. And like, especially I never believed in the sleeping in the other room.
My hair all over the place. Sorry.
But I think there's somebody for everyone. And I think it's about timing. And I think, you know, everybody will find, whether it's through a friend, through it naturally, or through the internet. Unfortunately, the internet has made it a little bit more difficult.
All I keep seeing and but I should say catching are catfish. So I am officially done with these dating apps. Like you know what I've turned it into? And I think I'm going to make a TikTok series about this because I've been saving a lot of them. I'm at the point where I feel like I'm doing all of the other fellow women a justice by reporting every single catfish I catch and calling them out on it. And I'm sick and tired of it. Like now it's turned into a game for me. Now I go on just to find the catfish. And I'm like, found one.
I got catfished.
Do you want to share that story?
Oh God, no. Oh, he was supposed to be like, okay. He was supposed to be a cardiologist and he was meeting me close by. Well, at the time I was living out west and he was meeting me at the Roosevelt Field Mall. You know, we were talking for like, what was it, like 2-3 weeks, you know, very intellectual. And I assume because he's a cardiologist, you know, like you could tell by how he speaks, just everything was so perfect, but I guess perfect doesn't exist.
Remember when you sent me one of the pictures and I did my little test to figure out, and I found out that it was a stolen photo. I said, you are being catfished without a doubt right now because this picture lives on the internet in like a different state. So
and then like he even showed me like pictures of his dog, and then she did this thing where
and I found the dog stock photos
of like a dog shop in like Arkansas, like. I was like, and then even like kids in the tub, he said he was babysitting his nephews. And it was like, and it was, she was like, and it was basically like a backdrop to like a
magazine.
card for like
a magazine thing. Like it was an
a magazine picture. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, yo, that's when I like, honestly, after that, I kind of stopped. I was like,
yeah,
you some bullshit.
You were pissed.
Yeah, and the day I was going to meet him, it was that morning's lunch or whatever. Was supposed to meet him at like, I think I said Cheesecake Factory because it was a lunch, you know. So I wanted in the day in the mall. And next thing he knows, he was like, I don't think this is gonna work. Da, 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 da. Meanwhile, like the night before, he was like saying poems to me.
you.
Like, can't wait to meet. I like planning our wedding. I'm like, yeah. So, so that was my
But here's the thing. The fact is that I catch these catfish in a matter of like 2 to 3 conversation exchanges. Like there's no time lost. In fact, I do it because I just want it to be big enough so I can screenshot it and it's going up on the TikTok. So pay attention to my TikTok, Astra on the Air. I will be doing a series on these damn catfish and why I'm single. But now let's move on to our bonus segment.
Woo!
So, what are some of the biggest mistakes that men make during sex? Guys, go get Q-tips. You can clean out your eardrums. You can listen closely. Ladies, let us know if you agree with us. Do you want to start the list or shall I?
Sure. Okay, so some of the biggest mistakes men do during sex is they think to the head, what can I do to last longer?
And
Guys,
sometimes they even say it out loud.
Yes. They'll be like, just stop. Or, don't think about it too much. Just in the moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not really, it's simple science. Like,
or they'll say when it gets towards the end where they're like, oh my God, I can't. I was able to go before, but I was holding it in because I wanted to enjoy it. And now you can't even have your time. So it's like you screwed yourself over.
Yes.
And I feel bad too. I'm like, man, why'd you do that? Number 2, too hard, too soon. I mean, okay, they can't always control it. If you look hot when you walk out, I mean, if they don't get hard, there's a problem.
Exactly. So I don't really agree with that one too much. But these are factual things, by the way. We didn't just
we didn't make these up. We didn't make these up.
So number 3, adding the wrong kind of pressure. I guess, is that when maybe men are too rough? So I don't know, maybe grabbing boobs too hard or maybe pushing too hard or like, I guess just pressure, don't make it so like maybe in the,
like you got to feel out your partner and you got to kind of, you got to communicate with your partner and see how they like it. Cause not everybody likes it certain ways.
Yeah. Not everybody likes it crazy rough. Some do, some don't. Some like it slow and sensual, but.
But I think that adding the wrong kind of pressure too could be like a guy coming on too strong, where he's like, hey, I just met you, but you want to fuck? Like, dude, I don't even know your last name, bro. Like, calm down. Let me get to know you first. Take me out to dinner or something. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, not true.
Number 4, not using enough or any lube. I mean, okay, can I just say that not everybody needs lube?
I was just gonna say that. Unless you're doing it in the pooper scooper.
In the booty hole.
Then yes, I guess you would definitely need that. But as far as, I mean, most women, I would assume if you're into the guy, you don't really need lube unless you're going for like 8 hours, for a long period of time.
No, I'll tell you when you need lube. You need lube when you're really not into the person. Like we're talking about relationships when people are mentally checked out, but you still got to, do the deed. So that's pretty much when you would need it because you're not getting excited over the fact that you have to do something you don't really care to do.
Yes.
And then I feel really bad for you because that's when the relationship's over. Anyway, moving forward. Number 5, putting us on the spot. Like that's the thing. You need to work your way into it.
Like if you're on a date and you're like talking about like sex or like, oh, would you do this? Like, especially like on date, like
first couple of dates.
Yeah. Like you don't ask a woman stuff like that. Yeah. You just got to feel it out.
And some of these guys do this on the dating apps, which to me, that's why I'm saying, if you're going to start bringing up sex and I don't even know you, are you like, why would I want to meet you? Unless I'm there to hook up, which I'm not, so that's the thing. Maybe that's what Pure is for.
Pure, exactly. Go check out Pure.
Check out Pure then.
So number 6, not cleaning afterwards. Is that like, I guess after the guy comes, not cleaning you off? You better clean mine, especially if I can't clean. No.
Okay, okay, so here's the thing. I feel like it could go both ways here, because if the guy is putting his stuff all over you and you're in your home,
if I'm in my home, I remember
go clean
when I was
yourself.
with my boyfriends or whatever, I used to like get up like a little fucking Smurf and run to the bathroom.
Yeah. But that's because you're in your home. When you're in your
In my home, exactly.
If I'm in a guy's place, I would expect him to take like a t-shirt or something.
Yes, exactly.
But if you're in my home, I will not only clean myself, but I will clean you up too.
Exactly. Okay. 7.
Staying silent. Now, does that mean staying silent like in bed and not moaning?
No, meaning like after sex.
So after it's all said and done.
Yeah, like, you know, it's obviously different if you're like in a relationship, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like, then whatever. But if you're like,
you just roll over and go watch TV, like, yeah, it's over.
Yeah. But if it's someone like, you know, first time, like, that's kind of awkward. I'm trying to think if that ever happened to me in the past.
Oh God, like, no. God, if that ever happened to me, I don't think I'd be able to have sex again.
No, I think it did, but it was because I wasn't that into the guy. I remember I was.
Oh, so you didn't talk.
I didn't talk. I wanted to get out of there. It was the worst experience of my life. Oh my God. Now I'm remembering. I'm getting flashbacks. Oh my God. But and it was crazy because like we had a great date and all, but the sex was horrible.
Ooh,
horrible.
See, you know what I like? I kind of like laying and like cuddling.
It was like a Vienna.
I want to lay and cuddle. Oh God.
It was a Vienna sausage.
Oh no, thank you.
It was probably half. It was probably half of Vienna sausage.
What the heck is that? That's like a That's like a nub.
Yeah. Yeah. So now you know why I wanted to just leave and run.
God. See, no, for me, I would rather, you know, like if we just had whatever, an enjoyable time or even not, or whether both parties, you know, came to fruition or not. I still want to like kind of lay there and either talk or like cuddle or something, like to just get up and like walk out. It's like, see ya, like, or like just, I don't know. I'd feel like that's like used, like feeling used.
Yeah, but a lot of people listen on, especially newly dating, like a lot of people do that.
That's crazy.
I mean, honestly, like when I was really dating, I feel like in my 20s that would happen. That was like more of a thing. I don't know.
Because I've never dated. I've always had boyfriends. So I don't know this whole dating culture.
Well, yeah, no, I had boyfriends a lot too. I was like the 3-year curse. I had for every 3 years. No, they lasted 3 years. But yeah, I don't know. But the next one.
Expect her to tell you exactly what she wants. Well, like I say, communication. I mean, at the end of the day, if a girl doesn't tell a guy what she likes or wants, she's not going to get her happy ending. And it doesn't have to even be verbalized. Like sometimes, you know, like, I don't know, me personally, I don't want to be like, this is what I want you to do. Like, no, but you can kind of like, you know, maneuver them to show them. And then like guys aren't dumb. They pick it up.
Yeah. And 9, hiding your porn. Okay, first of all, there's no more VHSs anymore, CD. Okay, you're not going, you know, you don't see the Chinese nail shops are coming in
with the DVD.
You know, $10, you know, that doesn't happen anymore. But hiding your porn,
they might have Pornhub on their phone.
Yes, but honestly, like
every guy does.
I never got jealous of that. There are some women who despise that. Like, I don't know what it is.
Go watch it.
A guy is a guy.
Yep. Go watch it.
It has nothing to do with that if you're not getting, you know, getting ass from your girl or your guy or whatever, you know, girls can watch it too. But I think it's just a guy needs to masturbate. A guy
and they need visual. They need visual.
Yeah, and they're visual. So for me, go ahead and watch your porn hunt. Pornhub.com, XXNRN or something.
And you know these sites because
I had to do research for my book.
Oh, okay. I'm sure you did. Also, going for certain holes without asking. Yeah, the nerve. First and foremost, if you know a person doesn't like something, don't think you can try to poke around and she's going to change her mind. If she already said no, it's no. No means no. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's rude. I think for that, you kind of just let the woman when she's ready, if she's gonna do it,
Bring it up.
exactly.
her
You know
bring
what
it
I'm
up.
saying? Let her do it or whatever. But and the last but not least, assuming she's like your ex, guys, we're not your ex. We're totally, completely different from your ex.
Most likely better.
Most likely better because of course you upgraded, but
But not always. Sometimes you downgrade after us. Sorry to hear.
exactly. But yeah, it's really annoying. Don't bring up your ex.
No two people are the same, because it's, no two dicks are the same either. Your dick's not like the ex or like the next. So you don't hear us saying anything.
Yeah, it's turn off. Don't do that, guys or girls. Girls, don't bring up.
Yeah, don't talk about. I always say never talk about the exes to the current, because the ex is the ex, the past is the past. It's got nothing to do. And remember, you're a different person with every person that you're with. So who your ex had in you is not who your new has in you. That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
Each person brings out a new person within. So to my exes, you brought that out. Sucks to be you. Oh, well, that was a great show. I think it went really well, actually.
Yes. I actually just want to add one more thing before we end this show. Really quick, for all you guys that know, I am a fan of Wendy Williams' show. And as you know, she hasn't been in, so she has different hosts every week.
We're still waiting for our call.
Yes, yes. But actually, we will be there. When is it? Next week or the following week?
Hopefully when my girl Michelle Visage is there with Leah Remini.
Yes, which she's going to be with Leah Remini. So you have to catch us. We think it's the following week.
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know. But back to what I was saying. So today was Fat Joe and Remy Ma was hosting. And, it was interesting because they've had totally different people hosting. So it's like a variety, you don't know what to expect. Some people are made like for hosting, but I gotta say, Fat Joe, I gotta give it to him. He was talking like he was talking to his homies. I think he almost forgot that he was on daytime television, but I was laughing. It caught my attention. He was funny. Even Remy Ma, I think, was a little nervous, what are you saying? Or what, she got a little nervous on how he was talking. But then but they were good because they're almost brother and sister, best friends. Mm-hmm. So you always want to do some type of show. It works the best when you are doing it with the best friend. Hence, of course, you, Leah Remini, and Michelle, they co-hosted. But yeah, big up to Fat Joe and Remy Ma. I loved it today. I was dying laughing. Fat Joe, you killed it. They're doing tomorrow too. Oh, so nice. I can't wait to see it. And yeah, big up to you.
Yeah. Well, of course, we are always open to getting the listener questions. So if you have anything that you want us to ask or to talk about, just hit us up in the DMs at This Is the Ace. And if you want to sponsor us, of course, you can do that too. We're going to be taking sponsors real soon. Make sure you pass around to all of your friends our show. You just have to share our post at This Is the Ace. And make sure you follow us. You can follow me at Astra on the air.
And Cynthia521.
And until next time,
never settle.
And know your worth.
Cheers. Bye, guys.
Bye.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.